BioS3 Raw TV. Now, normally I wouldn't weigh in on topics like this because I see them and I just kind of laugh them off, but it's actually catching a lot of attention with, Joe Rogan talked about it, a few other people talked about it. That's MTV put out a video. It was like a short video, and I saw it on TV, and I was like, what the fuck? Called New Year's Resolution for White Guys. Now, unfucking real. First of all, could you imagine and if there was a video, New Year's resolution for black guys or Hispanic guys or Latin guys or Mexican guys or whatever fucking, whatever kind of slang was out there, it just wouldn't, technically, are we Caucasian? Are we white? Should we be mad that we're called white? I'm far from the fucking, furthest from the racist fucking person ever. I mean, I have black friends. I literally don't give a fuck about color. Do I hear things day to day? I hear things, but I'm not really involved in them, so I don't really understand how people feel about the racist issue and the racism stuff. I don't really understand it, but I do know what it's like to be different, okay? So take race out of it and what it's like to be different, and this is why I really don't have a problem with race and stuff. I don't have a problem with, Hispanic friends or black friends or Asian friends or whatever the case may be. This is a very small. I'm not saying it's the same as, having, being racially profiled or having somebody be prejudiced against you. But when I grew up in Warren, Rhode Island. It was very heavily populated Portuguese, okay? Dark skin, everybody spoke Portuguese. Now, I am half Portuguese. However, I walk into the school and I am pale white with green eyes, okay? And my name is Ward, okay? It's not Medeiros, it's not Silva, it's not Sylvia, it's Ward. And although my cousins, who, went to school there, dark skin, dark hair, dark brown eyes, although I was, related to them, I didn't look anything like them. And listening to the kids, speak Portuguese and talk about, different Portuguese slang and stuff like that. And, yes, of course I felt that I was the odd man out and I felt like I had to blend in or try to fit in a little bit differently than everybody else because I was the pale kid in school. Me and my buddy Henry were like the two fucking albinos in the fucking school, for Christ's sakes, right? And, what we did was just kind of, be true to who we were, but at the same time, try to understand that, we do look different, and it doesn't mean that we're different as people. And if, we were accepted. It wasn't like we were outcasts and stuff, but when I first got to the school and I didn't know anybody, I realized I'd gone from Barrington, which was very affluent and had, multiple ethnicities, and there really was no Portuguese people in Barrington. When I got to Warren, it was all Portuguese people, which my family was Portuguese, so I felt like it shouldn't bother me, but at the same time, I wasn't really being accepted. Like if I had walked in there full-blooded Portuguese, speaking Portuguese with the dark eyes and the dark hair, etc. So I know what it's like to be different and kind of be on the outside and feel awkward when people, look at you as you're not the same. Okay, that being said, I think MTV was way the fuck off base. I mean, seriously, they talk about racism and stuff. That is fucking racism at its finest. You cannot put up a video. Well, they put it up about fucking white guys because they figure white guys are not going to fight back. Because if we fight back, first of all, I don't give a fuck at all, but if we fight back, then we're racist. If we fight back and say, why are you talking about us? What about black people? Or what about Hispanic people? Now we're racist, calling it out about the other races. When it began with them being racist towards us. It wasn't like there was a bunch of white guys sitting in the video saying, hey, white guys, get your shit together. It wasn't like it was a white guy making it to another white guy, which I think even if it was a black person making it to another black person, that would be accepted. But a white person making it to a black person or a black person making it to a white person is not accepted. It's just not accepted. So I think they had Hispanic and African-American people in the video talking about, hey, white guys, get your shit together, pretty much, right? And they went on to make these big generalizations of like 100 million people, which are white males. And I kind of watched it and I was like, no, I'm not offended by it. I'm really not offended by it whatsoever. You can call me white boy. You can call me cracker. You can call me fucking whitey. You can call me ghost. You can call me whatever the fuck you want. I just don't care. It doesn't bother me. However, I am bothered by a group of people who want to stop racism, who blatantly go out there and become racist and start a racist shit on TV saying that they're against racism. Like, you're doing the thing that you don't want to fucking happen. Like, my personal opinion, if you made this video and you came out and you said, hey, people, okay, not men, not women, and I think honestly it was directed towards Donald Trump. White men, get your shit together, because there's a lot of white girls that don't have their shit together. There's a lot of black men and women, Hispanic men and women, Asian men and women, none of them have their fucking shit together. There's a lot of people out there, in general, people don't have their shit together, and I think they directed it towards Donald Trump because a lot of people hate the fact that he won that election, but it came off as basically just white men are the ones who are fucked up and need to get your shit together. And I'm sitting there going, oh, fuck. I watched it and I was like, this is going to start a bunch of shit. It is going to start a bunch of shit. in a time where we should really be trying to work together and realize that not everybody on welfare is white. Not everybody on welfare is black. Not everybody on welfare is Hispanic. You know, there are fucking every ethnicity out there is on fucking welfare or food stamps or whatever the case may be, or they're all out there being racist towards each other. There are white people saying racist things. There are black people saying racist things. There are Hispanic people. It doesn't fucking matter. Everybody is doing everything right now. And I think rather than taking personal responsibility and saying, look, you know, I got a fucking issue right here. Maybe I shouldn't be thinking like this about another person because of their skin or their color or whatever. They point the finger. You said this, so you're fucking racist. I hate you because you're fucking white and you're racist. It's like, what? Wait a minute, back up. You hate me because I'm racist or because I'm white and racist? Because if I was black and racist, would you still hate me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm watching this going, holy fuck, it's making it more complicated. And, man, I don't know what the fucking answer is, but I know it's fucking stupid. It is absolutely fucking stupid. I think that no matter what, there's going to be people that don't like people based on race, but they just don't like people who are different than them. You know what I mean? If they have a different haircut than them, if they drive a different car, if they have a different lifestyle, like a gay lifestyle or lesbian lifestyle, or if they're transgender, if they have 5 kids instead of fucking 1. You know, I have a friend who has 8 kids. He has 8 kids and people look at him like he's fucking nuts and say shit about him. What the fuck? He's got 8 kids. Who gives a fuck? If he can afford the 8 kids and he loves his fucking family, who cares? It's just different. He's different. His family is different. You know, so I think people just don't like people that are different than them because they want, I think nowadays, maybe, I think before it was the fear of not understanding where someone was coming from because they were a different color. And that fear led to ignorance and arguing and fighting and et cetera, racism, all those things. I think now what it is, people are too fucking egotistical. I think people are too fucking high on themselves that they don't want someone that's not like them to be around them. They literally only want people around them who are like them. Which, I mean, birds of a feather flock together, et cetera, which, you know, I guess makes sense. Because, like, if you're in business, you want people that are like-minded business-wise to be around you so that you're, you know, progressing in that business for them to help you to help them, et cetera. But as a person, like who you are, what you look like, how you dress, if you're not like them, they don't like you. And the first thing that they fucking go after, for some reason, like they'll go after fucking, you know, race. That's the first thing that they go after. Fucking, they automatically categorize and generalize people based on their race, and that's what they attack. It could be the fact that they just didn't say something that they liked. And rather than saying, I don't like you for something you like, for some reason they go right to the fucking race card and they use it as race. Oh, I hate you because you're this. I hate you because you're that color. I hate you because your family has this name or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, fuck, man, this is basically your fucking ego getting out of check at this point, thinking that you're fucking better than someone else based on their clothes, their race, whatever the case may be. I think there's some leftover racism that's fueling, like from the past, leftover racism that is actually fueling people to, it gives them you know, like, here's what's fucked up. It gives them a common ground. Because I may not like this person based on what they do, but that just means I don't like them as an individual. However, the next person next to me may not like them because of that same thing, but rather than saying I don't like them because of that, I don't like him because he's black. Oh, you too? So they come together. They find a common ground to argue about something, and race seems to be the thing. And I'm like, you guys realize that, you know, if you had a room full of valedictorians from all over the country, a room full of them, you just went to random schools and picked the valedictorians from who's going to graduate this year, they're going to be all different ethnicities. It's not going to be all white people. It's not going to be all black people. It's not going to be all Hispanic people. So it's like, you know, people are very even, but they don't even realize if you take mechanics, you're going to have black mechanics, white mechanics, Hispanic mechanics, Japanese mechanics, everything. Like, you know, if you go to a restaurant, you know, your waiter could, I mean, I'm floored because everywhere I go, I see people in general all the same. You know, everybody's doing the same jobs. Everybody's trying to live a better life. Everybody loves their family. Like, why the fuck would you take MTV? I'm talking to you, you fucks. Why would you take the youth? Okay, because that's who you basically have not control over, but that's who you have is your audience. Who you're basically, you know, I can't say controlling because they're in charge of their own shit, but you're influencing. You know, the youth is who you're influencing, and literally try to take all the other racists and pin them against white guys. White guys of all fucking things. Instead of being like, we hate poverty. Hey, you know what? People, get your shit together to not be fucking poor. We hate fucking people not going to school. Hey, people, stay in school. We hate people that don't go to fucking school and get their shit done. Instead of taking anything fucking else, you take white guys. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not offended, but I just think it's the wrong fucking message. And in closing, I just want to say, MTV, everybody out there, yes, white guys have to get their shit together. Okay? And this is a white guy saying that. But so does everybody else, motherfucker. BioStraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com's a blog. It's we all get along, get our shit together. It'll be fine. Bicep at work.